Alabama lawmakers could send a bill to the governor this week that would let a megachurch establish its own police force. The bill would grant Briarwood Presbyterian Church the ability to hire officers with the same powers as traditional cops. It has already passed the state Senate and is now awaiting a House vote. David Begnaud is in Birmingham, where the plan is getting mixed reactions. David, good morning.
Good morning, Gayle. We're used to hearing the church talk about God's law, but in this case, the church is asking for its very own man-made law. Now, Briarwood is more than just a church. It's got a daycare, a seminary, and a school, which is spread across two different campuses that are actually 9 miles apart. And it's the concern for the kids' safety that's a main reason this church says we need our own police force. Briarwood Presbyterian Church sits on the buckle of the Bible Belt. Beyond Sunday services, the church claims as many as 8,000 people pass through its campuses daily. Concerned about safety, Briarwood is asking the state legislature to allow it to hire its own cops with all the powers of law enforcement officers. Religion reporter Greg Garrison has covered this for AL.com. Why can't the church just hire off-duty officers or sheriff's deputies in the area?
That's what they already do, but they say sometimes they have difficulty getting enough to staff all their events.
Why can't they just rely on 911 and call for help if they need it?
Well, they could, but they believe that to be truly secure at all their events, they need security officials there.
A shooting this past weekend injured 5 teenagers and a baby at another church just 15 miles north of here. In a statement, Briarwood pointed to recent mass shootings at churches and schools to reinforce their need, saying the sole purpose of this proposed legislation is to provide a safe environment for the church, its members, students, and guests. Randall Marshall is with the ACLU of Alabama. The church is worried about what if. What if something happens? Why is it a problem to have a police force?
It's a problem because it violates the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. This takes what is a core governmental power, the police power, and vests it in the hands of a religious organization as a church.
Briarwood would not be the first church with its own police force. The Washington National Cathedral has 18 police officers. Many observers expect Alabama's lawmakers will give their blessing on the Briarwood law.
The conservative Christian churches have a lot of power in Alabama politics. And if Briarwood Presbyterian Church says we need a police department, I think a lot of people will say, sure, they need a police department.
Without asking a ton of questions.
Without asking a ton of questions.
5 times over 4 days we tried to get an interview with the church, but they did not want to talk on camera. The ACLU is prepared to sue if this becomes law. Now, Norah, it's worth noting last year this same bill sailed through the Alabama legislature, but it died on the governor's desk because he didn't sign it. Now there's a new governor, and she's taking a look at whether or not it's a good idea for her to sign it.
All right, David, it's a really interesting story, too. I like how he phrased that, right on the buckle of the Bible Belt.
Yeah.
Great story, David. Thank you.